Almost ready for baseball in Milwaukee. The roof is closed and the atmosphere perfect inside Miller Park. Today, Game 3 of this 4-game weekend set between the Chicago Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers. Milwaukee hope to put a lid on their 7-game losing streak. Coming up next. Zach Davies, a Washington-born right-hander, gets the starting assignment. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, one of the main issues is he wants to limit the amount of walks. Walked 4 in his last start, and that's a little bit too many for a starting pitcher. He's going to need much better control if he expects to pitch better in this one.
Ready now, Justin Metz. And we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Leading off the afternoon for the Cubs, second baseman, Justin Metz.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Underway at the ballpark this afternoon as the first pitch is in there for strike one. Dan, D-Row, these Brewers, as they begin play here this afternoon, they come in a real funk to start the year. Still searching for what's been an elusive first win.
Yeah, I get it, Matty. The team's on a moderate losing streak right now. Can't be happy with the way they've played, but they have to find a way to relax a little bit. Everybody goes through these little stretches, these little valleys throughout the course of a long season. This team should right itself, and it needs to start today.
With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. D-Row, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Well, Matty, you take a look at this lineup filled with young bloods, just young guys, hungry, aggressive, trying to do damage and move traffic to both gaps. Line-to-line power up and down this lineup. Should be interesting to see if this pitcher uses their aggressiveness against them.
Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. And set up behind the plate is Joe McDonald as you see the rest of our umpiring crew in this one.
You know, you got to take your time and feel Joe McDonald out behind the dish a little bit. He has a tendency to move his zone around, usually settling in those middle innings.
You know, all you ask for an umpire is to be consistent. At times, Joe Mack is a little bit too inconsistent, particularly from a pitcher standpoint.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And he fouls this one off.
Hey, great job just to be able to foul that one off. In today's game, that's what we're seeing. North-south. Pitchers want to elevate, want to get you out above the zone or below it.
Count is 1-2 now. One out, nobody on. And he takes very close to the inside corner here. 2-2 though. Got him looking with the fastball as that had some two-seam movement to it. 2 gone.
Anytime you get rookies just breaking into the big leagues, you have to expect a certain amount of this. There aren't any easy at-bats at this level, and you really have to learn how to slow the game down in your head because everything feels like it's so much faster up here.
Standing in now, Junior Moore. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Now a fastball off the plate away. A ball and a strike. Popped him up. Bandy has a play. And the inning is over. So a relatively routine start for the top of the first here. Cubs 0. Brewers coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Les Moore will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, you always like to begin the season on a good note. In his first start of the year, he did just that, picking up the win. There's nothing he'd like to do more than to get number 2 in this one here.
Victor Caratini has come into the ballgame now as he takes over as the new third baseman. At the plate, Jonathan Villar. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off for the Brewers, Second
First
baseman,
delivery to him on the way.
Jonathan Villar.
And a neck-high fastball that time. Dan, D-Row, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, they come in unbeaten and playing well here in the early going.
You know, Matty, the season's such a grind, and you fight so hard day in, day out, and you're playing against the best players in the world, so you know you're going to lose some games coming out of spring training. To get on a roll where you win 7 in a row, a week of everything coming together, that's a special feeling.
1-1 is taken for strike 2. The 1-2. He goes the other way as this is hit in the air toward the gap in right center. Fernandez moves to his right and puts this one away in the alley for out number 1. And with that, time to take a glance at the starting 9 for these Brewers. Mark, what do you have on this lineup as they go for their first win?
Hey, Matt, the first thing I notice when I walk into Miller Park is those gaps are super tight. You got to get greedy in a ballpark like this. There's a lot of damage to be had. This park plays really, really tiny at times. So look for this offense to try and drive the ball.
In is Christian Yelich. He was 1 for 4 with a triple in the ball game last night. Here comes the first pitch. Good breaking ball that time, in for a strike. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. Yelich swings a very capable bat against left-handed arms like this, even though he doesn't usually show a ton of power. He does put the bat on the ball, however, and of course his plus speed helps him pick up a lot of hits.
And that's what I love about him. He knows his skill set and he stays within himself and doesn't try and do too much. He understands what he's capable of, hits the ball on the ground, line drives, maybe a gapper for a triple, and puts the defense on their heels.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. He got him.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Into the box now, Anthony Rizzo, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. The windup and the 0-1. Just missed with a breaking ball. 2 out, nobody on. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Hey, newsflash, guess where the next pitch is going after that ugly swing? I guarantee you he tries to get him to reach again.
A swing, and this ball is blasted to right field. Nothing's going to keep this one in the ballpark. Gone!